to the whole mess.
But see, this is the they not doing nothing but reduplicating the problem. So a year later they can come ask for $14 billion instead of $7 billion. This is the thing, man. I would be down for this $7 billion deal. $700 billion deal if they said we gonna save people's houses. We gonna put a moratorium on foreclosures. We gonna restructure people's mortgages so you can. We gonna sue them to your financial situation so you can keep it. We gonna crunch. Or like if you pay $500,000 for the house, we might lower it to $400,000 or $350,000. We'll crunch it, lower your payments, just to get you through. Okay, I would be down for that.
Right.
But they not talking about that. If they was talking about giving everybody like a $2,000 stimulus check to go out and buy stuff in the car, I might even be for that. If the average American citizen was getting something out of this $700 billion.
Right.
But the way they got the bill structured is that the only people that benefit from it is the corporations that robbed us in the first place. And it's infusing them with more money to continue these nefarious practices, and that in a year or two we might be in the same situation or worse again. So I'm not for this bill if it's gonna be business as usual. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm for reparations. The white people, even some of my white friends, well, this is going to be one excuse. Barack going to be like, man, I was going to give y'all reparations, but, you know, this situation happened with the economy, and we ain't got the money to do it now. But even if, say for instance, the white man did give us reparations, that wouldn't be nothing but a stimulus check for us to go out and what would we do? We would invest, right? We ain't going to take the money and go to Africa or go to Libya or no place like that and invest. We're going to invest it right back in America. What we going to do? If they gave every black person $1 million, you're going to buy a house, you're going to buy a car, you're going to buy some clothes, you're going to buy food, you're going to send your kids to school. You're going to put the money right back into America. No, so why not take this part of this money, I would say at least half of the $700 billion, and say, here the corporation, y'all take half of the money to keep you afloat, and then here's to the American people. You take the other half and go out and spread some of the money, keep the economy floating. I'd be cool with it, long as I was getting something out of it. But the way they got this thing structured, only people benefiting is the corporation.
And that's the big rub. You know, they'll give it to them as if we trust them when they got us into this mess. But they say, we can't give it to, we just can't give the American people money. We just can't give the masses of the people money. They would spend it foolishly.
Yeah, no. But that's what being American is. It's being foolish and spending your money on SUVs when gas costs. Man, I don't know how many brothers that I still see riding around in big old SUVs and this just drinking gas. We don't care. We gonna spend money. If you live in America, you got to spend money. So why not invest in the people to keep the economy going? That's what happened after September 11th when the towers fell. What Bush do? He said, go shopping. We need y'all to go. Don't sit at home being sad about this. Go to the movies. Go out to dinner. Go refinance your house. And then that's when all of the commercials started coming out about the refinancing. DiTech, get a new loan for 3.2%. They don't show them commercials no more. But y'all remember, it used to be commercials on every other commercial. Absolutely. It was refinance your house, man. So, and then what they did was so cold-blooded. In 2004, 2005, they changed the bankruptcy laws, and they said, well, people can't just get bankruptcy. You can't just put all this debt on these corporations no more and just write off all this debt. We got to protect corporations because too many people just filing bankruptcy and stuff. So they structured the bankruptcy law to limit what the average American could do. It benefited the corporations. They insulated themselves because they knew that once they gave all them people them low interest loans that they was going to scoop all of this money up. And see, man, this is what we need to be thinking about. I was talking to Brother Sekou last night. You know our soldier, Brother Sekou, and I called him up and asked him about this financial crisis because, you know, he has a knowledge of this, man, and he said that people don't see the forest for the trees. We looking at just, it's $700 billion missing. But ain't nobody saying who got the money.
Right.
So if money is missing, if there's a $700 billion deficit, who benefited from that?
Right.
And they not even talking about who benefited from it.
And that's another question that came to my mind, because after the proposal was knocked down by the Congress, they didn't vote for it. The Dow yesterday was down by nearly 800 points, record lows. So they lost like $1.2 trillion. And I'm like, where did that money go?
Yeah, how'd you lose it? Who benefited from it?
Because somebody got it, right? If somebody loses it, that means somebody get it.
They act like it's just like
disappear into poof. Shazam. Abracadabra.
So if they lost, who benefited? That's what capitalism is, man. It's about who gains and who loses.
Okay, here's another question. You got Bear Stearns went down. You got the largest bank in America, Walmart, just went down. You had a third one. I can't think of who it is.
Bear Stearns.
But Merrill Lynch went down, Lehman Brothers. And then the three ones who are acquiring everybody are J.P. Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and Citibank. It would be real interesting to find out of those three major banks that are acquiring everyone else, how many of those people sit on the Federal Reserve Bank board that Mr. Bernanke is the chairman of.
Man, this stuff is choreographed. This stuff didn't just, these people just didn't wake up one morning and said, oh my gosh.
Right.
This thing, they've been working on this in incremental plans for decades. These people are like gods. When they have G8 summits, and when they have Bilderberger meetings, and when they go to up in California and go get naked in front of the owl and stuff like that, this is what they be planning. They don't just be up there, well, how's your kids? And here's a picture of my wife and my daughter just graduated from They don't be talking about that. They be like, listen, in the next 3 years, we going to bankrupt this bank. We going to take over this. We going to cause a famine in North Africa. The UN is going to come in. We going to exacerbate this situation in Darfur. Hey, you from the media, start talking about Darfur. We don't like Mugabe down there. Start running stories on Mugabe. You see what I'm saying? And who do they invite to the meeting? They invite the most powerful people in media, the most powerful people in banking, the most powerful people in healthcare, World Health Organization. Now, why do the health organization, banks, and the media all have to go to G8 summits? They getting their marching orders. They getting a plan. Here, you get an AIDS, you get a loans, and you put this on TV. You see what I'm saying? They have their agenda, they talking points of what they go over. And the people that do this, man, is the people that created the whole crisis. These people that created, they ain't worried about where their next meal is coming from. They happy. Man, in crisis, people benefit. And when the stock market crash in 29 happened, all kind of people made money off of that. They always talk about the white boys jumping out the window and stuff. They don't talk about the ones that were sitting back cracking champagne open, having a good time. You seen that movie with the, what's the white boy? Michael Douglas and Wall Street. They make money coming up, going down, sideways, catastrophe. Katrina was some of the best thing that happened to Wall Street and corporate America. You see what I'm saying?
And there's another thing that we have to let the viewers know if they don't know is that you had Henry Paulson, who's the Secretary of Treasury. You got Nancy Pelosi and Chris Dodd and all these Congresspersons, and you have Ben Bernanke, who's the chairman of the Federal Reserve Bank.
Took over for Alan Greenspan.
Yeah, who took over for Alan Greenspan. But they need to know that the Federal Reserve Bank is a privately owned institution. And Ben Bernanke does not work for the government in any way, shape, or form.
Absolutely.